Melody Holt. I swear, love and marriage Huntsville ain't the same since my girl left. People want to know, do we need to bring Melody back or are we just fine without her? Welcome back to the channel Inside Jazz. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Melody's departure from the show Love and Marriage Huntsville. Was this a good move or a bad one for both Melody and the show? Melody was one of the faces, one of the it girls on the show Love and Marriage Huntsville for many viewers. The show initially followed her marriage to Martell Holt, their business endeavors, and friendships within the community. However, after several seasons of on-screen drama, public betrayals, and a divorce from Martell, Melody decided to end this show. In an official statement released by Melody, she details that the show brought opportunities and allowed her to meet amazing people. However, it also taught her tough lessons about life, relationships, and friendships. She viewed her time on the show as a blessing, stating, "Without pressure, there is no diamond." Ultimately, it just simply was time for her to move on. Melody's exit from the show had the people talking. Some people supported her in her decision for prioritizing her mental health and her happiness, especially after the public struggle she faced with Martell's infidelity and subsequent drama from her co-stars. Her fan base, the Melometer, strongly supported her decision. So how does this impact the show? Many people believe that Melody's exit from the show Love and Marriage Huntsville leaves a significant void, as she was definitely the star of the show, and her relationship with Martell was a major driving force behind the show's storyline. The show's core premise, highlighting strong Black couples and entrepreneurial success, had arguably been overshadowed by the drama surrounding the Holt's divorce and the strains on the friendships. So my thoughts on this whole entire situation is that I am by no means a Melometer, but I have always supported Mel on the show. I have watched the show since the inception, since the beginning, and when it first came on, I was a huge fan of the show. I was all for seeing Black, powerful couples, entrepreneurship, positive things going on in the community, especially Huntsville, Alabama. That was very delightful to see. Now, as the show progressed, it took a different direction where it did focus on the breakdown in Melody and Martell's marriage and ultimately their divorce. And then you had castmates that were having issues with Mel, and it just seemed to get out of hand and it went left really fast. So for me personally, I did get to the point where I was kind of tired of seeing it. I was tired of seeing the back and forth between Mel and Martell, as well as the other castmates joining in, picking sides, so forth and so on. So I think as a viewer, it does feel good to finally move past some of that storylines. But I am interested to see the course that they take. You know, the show is still on. They're back for another season. And, you know, they still have their drama. There's still going to be drama. But will it be the same without Mel? Will they be able to carry on without Mel? Do we need to bring Mel back? My thoughts on that whole situation is I don't think that Mel needs to come back. Not for her own well-being. Because Melody made a choice for her well-being, for her peace of mind. And I don't think that she needs to come back to that. If the show went back to its original roots of entrepreneurship, so on that positive side, absolutely, I think that it would be something for her to come back to. But I don't really see that happening because it have taken a turn with all of the drama. So kudos to Mel for leaving, because sometimes leaving isn't the easiest thing to do. It can be hard to leave and walk away from something that you're comfortable with, that you have done for so long, and not knowing what's next. But she made the best decision for her. So that's my thoughts on this whole entire situation. You guys be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.